Dageji Sangye Sonamge Dola Benje Sangye Dovara Sangye Shedam Soje Sonam La Janjo Balo Dani Japs Dageji Soje Sonamge Dola Sangye Shedam Soje Sonam La Janjo Balo Dani Japs Dageji Soje Sonam Until enlightenment, I take refuge in the Buddha, the Dharma, and the Sangha, and while I may be created in these structures, may I attain this state of Buddhahood for the benefit of all sentient beings. From now until enlightenment, I take refuge in the Buddha, Dharma, and the Sangha, and while I may attain this state of Buddhahood for the benefit of all sentient beings. I take refuge in the Buddha, the Dharma, and the Sangha, and by the may created in these structures, may I for the benefit of all sentient beings.
다 계산 로야데 가서 준진당이 뭐 공화치다 나생님에 봤으면 대출돼 아니 고로 야전 장보 배전선언 대바 아니 군인 자하지 받고 거기 유튜브 같은데 요래 근데 저지는 배 왕복의 율진 존용도 갈라 존주고네 다 지단이 미식이 율지 있나라 그 남바치 다가 율지 비 남바치 거르데 다 응원에 개바 되게 돼 도바자네 파게 뒤지디 갈라 예 천지 미식이 타운 진용도 갈라 기나라 옴보다 서보다 마르보다 카르볼라 서바 다 민다지 예디 갈라 차섬기 남바치부 셔기레베 다이 남바셔페 율수세 남바셔기레서 독스제네다 덴데기 남바 셔줄 사다 공바 사다 만다예죠 건수 숨기 지진도 맞는데 잡아라스 인디 이 지진 맞은 바데 다인디 라가란조이나 인사 미 바기 메거로 섭날타나 사실 남베 왕복이 제일 자와제상다 왕복이 미실라파 남바테 상텔루칸가 사실 다고 자기가 상부도 있어. 뭐이니 수차되었고 배 뭐비니 수거라 따다디 용구와라. 인디 바저 사이언스 바그나 뭐이니 수체적인 진디 뭐이니 이 용셔예요 말아.
Marcos conta de Courage.
왕복이 답하기 율대 왕복이 존에 왕복 미실은 예반된 거라. 계속 뭔가 발전 잡아 온 거지. 상거도 없이.
Last time we were discussing about the mind-only school, and within the mind-only school we are on the sub-schools of what is it? Mind 250? Probably not. No, yeah, three types: true expectarians, proponents, an equal number of subject and objects half-egist and non-pluralist. So half-egist, these three types for the true expectorants, the interpretation. We see different scholars giving their own interpretation. It's on page 255. The assertion of scholars with regard to the differences between these three do not agree. So there are three scholars. First one, on page 255, Kungru Gyaltsen, Sangbo, and then the another one is Penchen Sonam Thakwa. That's on page 256, middle of the page, Penchen Sonam Thakwa. And then third one is the Kunchen Javan Shepa on page 257, Great Exposition of Tenets. So these three scholars has their own interpretation of what these three refers to. So basically what they are discussing about is, when we look at the object, eye consciousness, they are talking about how eye consciousness perceives the external object out there, and more specifically they are using talking about the specific target or object out there. When eye consciousness looks at the the object here, when eye consciousness sees the different colors, does eye consciousness sees the all kind of details or subtleties out there, different colors, white or blue or redness and everything? Does eye consciousness sees everything, or does eye consciousness sees the overall kind of just a subtle thing, not kind of differentiating each one? So how does eye consciousness sees the object with multiple colors here? And so not going back into what we detailedly kind of discussed before, but generally, Geshe-la says that it is kind of compatible with what scientists, kind of comes up with the relationship between eye consciousness or eye consciousness and how it perceives the object and connection between them.
Mi shigi tang pagi da ngosir so tong yung gala tangbo pagi ni yevesin so tong gora di wangbo gi di chene ni wangbo gi mi shi de la di chene mi shi de isil dio nyambata de jini ji yung gora di indi gala teso kanga une aranzu samlo yang yang da tang ngepa ketan kelu namba kandes chergi yeme ani chidin divelula kandes yunguye chidin mindu ba senza bayina nang semgi nang chasam phagini gun namba phajone yo marla bora sing chirolo phagini nangsa dini yo marla bora ko semgi phagi paja setubli nang cham tamjire ma do phagini yo marla bora oda tesu samlo to sting zapo yang yang to samtang wala te chambore.
So this school, minority school, as you know, when eye consciousness looks at the different colors, the school says that the different colors that we see, although it appears to be that everything is out there, that is not the case. This school says that when we see the different colors, we see it because of the mental imprints. So it is actually kind of the mind or the consciousness is a dominant factor, is one that sees, so and how we see is there's object, when we see the object, the condition which gombo phagayo the gombo mixel je mixegi silje gorese
wang shi de karta wang den khopa de mixigi ten ri do ma do ten cha de wa khozu chen ri nangen de mixere de you know, wampu yun nang go ko.
So the function of seeing different colors has to go through the eye organ, and the eye organ is considered as the basis or foundation of the eye consciousness. And so the through the eye organ, the eye consciousness perceives, and then eye consciousness sort of gives the message to the mental consciousness, which is the major consciousness here, and then kind of that mental consciousness convinced that I have seen this. So it has to go through this kind of channel. And so again, looking back into this school's kind of concept of whether external objects exist independently or not, whether external objects exist out there or not, or how kind of according to this school we see object out there because of the awakening of mental imprints from the past. It's not just it's out there. It's kind of so when we talk about this, it is not simply kind of won't be enough just to read and try to contemplate. Rather, Kishore said it needs more kind of deeper thinking. Why this school is kind of claiming this kind of its very own kind of unique assertion.
다 sensambillola nangsul digan din nangorwa ti ni nangana jin phagini yo sona takar chasu chidan tup sonwa chidan tupna ru chirul ton tupade sensambillola gachare diorwa chidan ton motubade tupcha ta pe nilu re diorwa otete indigala phagi ta chik phagini na tha te mai ba chen semgi ta ne paja sel tha selu ni sel ni phagini na mena ya phagini jawa kan chi bi me tikiti samtang go ro.
And here according to mind-only school, if things exist according to where they appear to us, that means if things kind of, what we see really exist out there has nothing to do with eye consciousness, then according, this kind of way of understanding is, we mentioned this before, external, existence of the phenomena, which mind-only school says that this is not the realistic or reality. The reality is, although things when it appears to us, it looks like it is out there, but that is not the case. Mind-only school says that. So, mind-only school kind of they deny the the existence of independent external phenomena. Everything, they says that because of the mind, it's not completely out there. So here again, we need to think more or deeper than, what is the actual way of existence of phenomena out there, if it is not, independently existing, how they exist, and what is the, sort of function of that phenomena when it appears to us, so there are a lot more kind of questions that we can deal with in related to how things appears to us.
당가서 하게 루 거기 나사 파기니 요 말에 때요나 치던도 두르세요. 세리세야테 sensamilulata juguyorde sensamilulto fede karjago나 nilam jagdo milam nang azu nibi mide nilam pagi misa kho phachani yo zonji marwata ko pagi sengi nang chaji de yorwate tele peja kdo sensamilta to peja sadi nilam la peja kdo uma betawa to gyumada ani dendele peja kdo ya pagi ko tawe seven drete chide pere tede kebarchi yosare.
So as said before, according to mind-only school, phenomena doesn't exist the way it appears to us. Although it appears to us as if they exist independently out there, but that is not the case according to the mind-only school's interpretation of the reality. And the main example that they use is, dream. When we have a dream, it looks like everything is, happening out there, and but in reality, that is, whatever you experience in the dream is it's in your mind. It is nothing. There's nothing out there. So they use dream as a main kind of example to understand the reality of how phenomena exist in relationship to your, consciousness. And so mind-only school use illusion, as the example of how phenomena exist in relating to the the consciousness of mind. So it seems that they are a big reason why this school used their own kind of particular example to understand their own concept.
But 아주 치료니요 말에 참 말이다. 자기 밀람나라 낭줄 밀람나라 나나지 아니 아주 당엔 지통니 통서 통하나진지 샘니 찬낭을 넣어주지 하자는 누구민도 되게 대성 당거래. 이 삼라다에 띠다다 여기 치든도 마주고 되니 배든 샤르네 삼타나 직접이 삼거도.
So here, simply saying that phenomena doesn't exist out there independently, of course, is not enough. So what does this mean in reality? So again, you can use the example analogy that we mentioned before. When you say that, I have seen this in my dream, what did you see in your dream? Is it out there? Where is that thing that you have seen in your mind? So you can again kind of, go more beyond simply what dream is, and and use that example, a metaphor, as the understanding of what mind-only school says here. In reality, just like a dream, the thing that you have seen, is not out there. It's just in your mind that is kind of giving you feeling or understanding that I have seen, or I saw that.
But the Kashishadaya, Jindingila, that's Guni. Tawale, she's a tarchumare, Jindingila, Guni, Seminaria make a chadi.
And this, of course, the interpretation of mind-only school is much subtler as compared to much subtler and totally different from what previous two schools, ways of interpretation, Great Exposition School and Sutra School.
What did it? Taku Senzamba Sidigala, Chidin came in engine. Jawan then do the soda. Jawan then do the Nang Sem, the Dembar Matuna, Duji Korande, 유엔네메나 세미단도 바자자에다 바자세야 강가 세미단이죠. 이 그런 메나 딱 메고 메 베트게 메고 와. 때때 말마투나. tapi senjam tumo mai bacha de ore te indi gala chip na sem dendu khgo ga te indi ji gyuken le tende de ngobo ji inchinje demba tu gure se de ta senjam de tawe ne te ti cha de te indi gala ajo senjam de chingi te zo lozum teni samlo tang lu sena to spenda yongre so dos 다 그선 가완도래 다 그선데 이거 진도 쓸데 들어와 긴 로스 우리 이거 진도 쓸라 지람 디부숨레스 방볼에 유일다 유쟁이 다 시제 탐제 생이 숨든디게 리제 탐제 뒤제 탐제 양 중이 탐제 용도 텔레점만 군다 순대배 Tisumbo Rangun to Batan Ranjingi to Bantoichang, remember to Matuki Kepargite. Ta Rangun to Ranjingi to Sidigala Sum Jawa inanda, Kunta inanda, Yon tu inanda, Korangon tubur, Rangun tubur, Ranjingi tubures. Remember to Matu says, remember that Maran Shepin Nantul Tardu to Matugata, Kachati Shivari. Tati remember to Matuki Cabrete Kunda Demeres, Jawa Yundu Dendubres, the Repulu, Santambeluda. Ta Hagi Karsore Kunta Tera Yukunta, Migukunta Sego, Yore. Namkala Soba Tandape Dimaji Ten Mamboji Hagi Yukunta. The Migukunta Karazana, Ribin Gacha, Zuchirutun Motuba, Zuzun to Zenjir Rangatini Tuba, or Zudazun Sama Zijin to Tuba, Zeta to Tupson, Tisu, Tangajar, Santa Bella Migukuntari.
Looking back at the definition of the mind-only school on page 249, a person propounding Buddhist tenets who asserts the true existence of other powered natures but does not assert external object, and who asserts true existence of other powered natures, other powered nature, as said before here, other powered here, other here refers to the cause and cause and conditions. So whatever things and phenomena that is the result of cause and conditions is called other powered here. So here they says that other powered natures has a true existence. And the more detail, it will come later. So going back to the text we will continue from the last page 260. Assertions of tenets. This section has three parts. The assertion on the basis, paths, and fruits. Assertions on the basis. This section has two parts: assertions regarding objects and assertions regarding object possessors. Assertion regarding objects. The proponents of mind-only assert that all objects of knowledge are included in three characters. So three characters of three nature, and these three are in your notes says other powered characters, thoroughly established characters, and imputational characters. This is so because they assert that all compounded phenomena are other powered characters, other compounded phenomena, and other compounded or composite is another translation, which actually here is the same meaning at other powered nations. Compounded or composite means which is the result of cause and conditions, whatever things that come into being from cause and conditions. Are thoroughly established characters, and that all other objects of knowledge are imputational characters. So there's the true existence here, refers to the the thing, the true existence is exist as it appears to our eye consciousness, and imputational character or nature. Again, maybe this will come later. They categorize imputational phenomena into two: imputational phenomena or characters that exist, and imputational characters or things that doesn't exist. And that exist here, space or sky, and that doesn't exist. They use examples such as external, independent existence of external phenomena, which doesn't exist actually, and then separate existence of aggregate and the consciousness perceiving that object or that aggregate. So these two are seeing these two are separate, which they say that there is no things like that, aggregate and consciousness seeing that aggregate as a two independent entity. To them it is just one. So they are they kind of categorize into from the three substance imputational into something that exists and another category that doesn't exist.
Kunta sing the country don't number matu can top more to kunta sing. Kunta sing you'll crown on it, don't number to your mother, tobe pajas, the Lueni, Jasha. Tobe more to the Ninji. Tobe more to the Ninji mother, crown on your marella. Kunda sing. Delayina, Namda Kunda, the singing to Kunda Nis. Namda Kunda de Sheja, Yopa, that thing. Take it, any take a Namkala Soba take it. The Yukundazanare, Namda Kundazana, Chipai. The Nivani Rangi Tabo Side, Tapagi, you'll be Nelu Tiki meeting shot a carrier. Sendambe, Lula, any Zuchro Tundutuba. Zuzun the Vijay Rangatini Tuba. Only Zudazun Semani, Pacha Chile, Mike, Pacha Tadel Kivena, Zeta the Tuba. Zeta the Tuba. What a ticket! That Zechi Machi Sere, Zudazun Semani, Zechi Machi Sere, Zu Kang and Duchi, Pacha Dena, Zunzin Semani Kang, Kiche Pacha, Pacha Chili Kivare, or Pacha, Kichi Pacha Chile. Now, some Pacha Chili Kivare, Tindi. When Ziji cigar, what a tea, ticket in Nelu Chadir, what a tea, ingal to the Midincho, Yomara, the Nilu tea, Midincho, could top of it, Rotary, love, their mother, the crown, you Yomara, what a tea, Rangil Tabo, Sidigala, Nilu tea, Midincho, Ati Yomara, what a tea, did it, make you contact in that, love Chipare, what a tea. Rani or Rani. The Rami
Cansada Sencho Delaware.
Timare. Zuzu the Vigilant.
Tell on the station and the t-shirt. Cansada the Children.
Kazak Datu to be a Marata. Then you can tell that you were. What a tea in the gala? Tuta Omagi Chugidame, the killing of Barwa. Thus, Senzama Angela Chugidame, young killing gore. Kazagadame, Chugidame, so that dinner Umaba in the tele, Tondo de Gala, Jikazake, Tondo. You want to tell him about that Kazagadame, Chichugi, tell him about. Chugidame to Chido. Or that Kizo that Pagi Rat to the mains that Miku Kudachata, what to do? Chipares. Jingy one of them in Juji to get 10 to Cubate, Jean getting it. Pagi, you want to get 10, you want to come, tell them about Jide, like Jean was silver. The young, Mama, the Chogoni, so they. You can get and Suda, or the tea that she got. You can get one of them. You to get 10 to give a young getting. Tell her in a tapijama, Matabijama is. Tapijama, Sudingala, Paving Yamja is she. That to moment, but the Paving Yamja is Shagua. Yamja is she, Yamja is Jago, Jaya Karzuna. Yamja is she, you ching it. Nyambra Jaj Mainta, Telepet, take a Numo ben now Pagi, she didn't know what the tellers were getting means. Take a Samari, Indugala, Tapijama Segore. That's Jetopaina, that then Pagi Jiang Chidin Nawat Lebung Gora, Teleyundugala, Jeto de Ja, Pabingham Jayishita Sanki Sevet Jagro, or the Tinani, Jeto Pate Jagno, or the then Tabijan.
Page 261. Middle of the page, they assert that the three natures exist in their own right and exist inherently. And however, there are differences with regard to whether the nature truly exists or not. So they can, here you can see how they differentiate. Exist inherently and exist truly, true existence and inherent existence. They kind of differentiate between these two. However, there are differences with regard to whether the natures truly exist or not, because the proponent of mind only assert that imputational natures do not truly exist, and that both other-powered natures and thoroughly established natures are truly established. The definition of an imputational nature is that which does not ultimately exist but exists for the conceptual consciousness. So you can see here how they interpret imputational nature. It exists only for conceptual consciousness. It doesn't exist, in reality or ultimately here. When divided, imputational natures of two types, enumerated or existent, and enumerated or existent imputational natures, and imputational natures whose character is nihil, non-existent. So we mentioned this briefly before. An example of an existent imputational nature is object of knowledge. So, existent imputational object of knowledge, or we mentioned an example before, like space, or example of non-existent imputational natures are two selves. So also in the note you can read about the two selves here, and also we mentioned before non-existing like two separate the aggregate and the consciousness perceiving that aggregate. These two are actually according to mind only school, they says that the object and the consciousness seeing that object both have a common mental imprint, so they don't kind of differentiate. They says that these two are not separate entities, they are one entity. The definition of an other-powered nature is that which arises in dependence upon the power of others, that is, causes and conditions. So we mentioned this before, other-powered nature is whatever things, object, phenomena, that is the result of causes and conditions, and which is a base of thoroughly established nature, that is the emptiness here. When divided, there are two types of other-powered natures, pure and impure. Pure other-powered natures are, for instance, the wisdom of spirits subsequent of meditative equipoise, and the major and minor marks of a Buddha. So other-powered natures into pure and impure, and as said here, wisdom of spirits subsequent to meditative equipoise. So generally kind of two stages here. Meditative equipoise refers to the stage when practitioner is deeply concentrated, or meditating. And at that stage, that stage is considered as a pure, because there is no, appearance of external phenomena kind of, independently out there. But the impure is aftermath period. So aftermath is when they wake up from that, meditative equipoise. At that time, then there is possibilities of appearance that, phenomena exist independently out there. So impure other-powered nature are, for instance, the mental and physical aggregates that are appropriated through contaminated, actions and afflictive emotions.
Then Nippon is Hajingeling Pumbutabula Lagua. Nimpate Karre. Nippade Matabisi. tab mata zaje ngeling phumbo de wa zaje ngeling sigdo zaje sitigala le de nyumo wanggi ani phande de la phumbo de la ta chik zaje ngeling phumbo sigdo de 디 마다베 영화 친시작도 다 친내다 자초그래 난주다 자초그래 도시 니가라 베나 에 파바인 장선 파바인네 장선 파바이 이제도 이시 되기디 하자 마다베 영화라 자나 디고 이라 나와 강가 레용 거라 어떻게 니가라 이 친시zam고 좀 바르마도 그럼 대토라 전바 주진 영화 전다 다마다라 섬당에 여러와 뒤지래 당이 가는 것도 뒤징이데 용도기 생긴스 다 주기다 라당 가자게다 가는 그 동댕이 아니 주기다도 맞고 가자게다도 맞고잖아 같이 루도 되게디 에 용도브레스 용도기 생 될래나 진짜 말로 배용도 등기면 용도니 다 진짜 말로 배용도데 밥이ኞ자 이시 이번에 중이 더고스다 유메 용도 시리가라 중이 내루데다 주도 준진 참아서 진도 마두바 다스 주치로도 마두바 tako zude trup chan truga taga nangni korang wene yul korang wene zu chiro to to biya ma zude zuzin sama ze ta to biya ma ze jen to biya ma ze ji de yor ota tigit gyuwa me ba yong to de sila ta kini ngarang zu ta pe na karsa jibe wa mana ra ba do yul korang wene taga ra gyuwa me be 용도 코랑원을 뚜디어래 실라고다 주미 용도 쓰고 어떻게 시작을 중이들
this you had mentioned this before you know about the true selves, you know, self of phenomena, lower schools, they don't, you know, accept this selflessness of chugadagre chugadangzire chugadangme to do make helen go marle
제가 그 텔레gram 추기다면 생기 가사가 다음에 맞아 추기다면 균 케인 거 말아
지금 맞아 도 되니 여기
도대비 가사가 다음에 맞아 추기다면 다져 케인 거 말아 도대비
so the lower
tagiare revision on the paper. See, come and take your Lungish on the get together.
So, you know, most of the lower schools, they don't accept this selflessness of phenomena, which, you know, you see in your note on page 262. But so this selflessness of phenomena comes kind of, you know, into the picture mainly from this school, mind-only school, and then, you know, goes up to middle way school. And middle way school kind of, you know, categorize selflessness into person and phenomena based on the basis or foundation, not, you know, qualifications. This will come actually later during the middle way school's concept, or, you know, and 263 impure other power natures are, for instance, I read this before, the mental and physical aggregates that are appropriated through contaminated actions and afflictive emotions. So, you know, contamination or contaminated here refers to that which is the result of action and afflictive emotions. And you know, the contaminated could be external phenomena, you know, as well as, you know, the internal kind of consciousnesses. And Changsim Pagbe gi she na mata wa de song. Changsim Pagbe she. Changsim
Pagbe ta pagi Changsim Pagbe ina ganga de sami ngora nyamja ba de zamere. Jetop de 아주 자지 용거 나 자지 잠에 자단들랑 해버려 망보여 뉴몬베 잡아듯이 같이 생 또지 또면 기본에 잡아듯이 맞지 잡아 우주든지 만들고는 잡아듯이 맞지 잡아들이 자단들은 해버려 그래
So here, although the word contaminated is, kind of understand as a general meaning of contamination, action and affective emotions, but if you go kind of closer, contamination itself has a different interpretation by different schools. Sometimes contaminated because of the delusions or defilement, sometimes by conceptual thoughts, and then there are kind of 6 or 9 different contaminations. And the definition of a thoroughly established nature, I'm just reading on page 263, last paragraph. The definition of thoroughly established nature is as such that a definition of a thoroughly established nature is a suchness that is an emptiness of either of the two selves, or self of persons, or of phenomena. When divided, page 264, when divided, there are 2 types of thoroughly established natures, non-perverse and immutable. An example of the first is a superior's wisdom during meditative equipoise. And superior, as you know, is arhat, those who reach at the part of seeing. And an example of the second is the real nature of the phenomena. So the real nature of phenomena here, we mentioned this before. Minor school, they're saying that the form and the consciousness seeing that form, these two are not two separate entities. They have they are one entity because of the same, because these two are the result of same mental imprints, and so although for ordinary beings, it appears to be kind of not the same. We see form and the consciousness seeing that object as a two separate entity, and they are saying that is because we don't achieve the correct understanding of the reality. So if you see the correct understanding of the reality, object and the consciousness seeing that object basically has one entity, they are one nature.
Chinji malabe yondu yawar ko chance. Chinji malabe yondu tela padi nyamja ijija song. Pi yondu yawar mado yondu yawa jabare ina yondu mare se sore. Ta yondu yawa ja yendi kaje jar dina. Tan di jiru gune yondu yawa mai tende songdo akaje. Patati yondu yawar ko je yondu mai bi gizena kare ko gardana. Yondu sing kangla mina divase gugures. Chini tela mina, any divase gugures. Then having Chinjimal Yondu la mine, and divase mare, Tindicala Yondu mare, Yondu sing the kangla mina divase giver. Namta lam give me but Tartu, having Yamja Ishi Korangi. Niba Tartu the Ingures, Namtalam give me Basilica, having Yamja Isha, Namtalamde. That Yigi Niba Tartute, Karzana, Chini Muma, the Titape, Musum to Toyale, Chini Muma, Nilu Muma, Yamjaishi, Yilri. What a tea Jagur, the Indigala, to Senzambi, Pana, Tumoma Imbe, Tom Jaya, the Tayon the Tijagur, what a tea, the Sungara, Tadumambi. The young Telayena, goes of them by the thunder. Shijal yang shijalena kuzo de bad tonda de banis thanyi juji girishi ki tsemi nyetundi kuzo de betsingi zumba kuzo de ba thanye de ba tunji ta thanyi sidigala ngarang suta bumpa kawa chote ta ji min kangala thanye sigora thanye bagi jeni ta juji gi ani Seminyatun, Rishi Seminyatun, what Tigiti Kunzadembara, each one. Tony, Chin, Yondu, Tundandemba, Dijinum Tunjis, Karasa. Tundam Jigiri Seminyatende, Tundandembetsini, Tundam Sidia, Lotundamba, 파기 님자 이실에 잡고 지그리 로탄단 바니베 님자 이시기 재민이었던데 다 님자 이시 일층이 코랑 내루 외마다마다 레기 오마레 딘디가라 던단된 바잖아 양다 타잖아 비지니잖아 취니잖아 어떻게 그런가 지부지경에 송거하다
264, middle of the first paragraph. Although non-perverse, thoroughly established natures are stated as the division of thoroughly established natures, they actually are not thoroughly established natures. This is because they are not final objects of observation of the path of purification, through observation of which obstructions are extinguished. So thoroughly established, according to Mind Only School, they says that, as mentioned here, is something when you use as a target, it will help as part of purification, and the the path of purification here also, this can also refers to the we mentioned before, wisdom of meditative equipoise. Again, objects of knowledge can be divided into the two truth here, the Mind Only School's conventional truths and ultimate truths. The definition of a conventional truth is an object found by a prime cognition that is a correct consciousness distinguishing a conventionality. Falsity, conventional truth, and nominal truth are mutually inclusive. 265, the definition of an ultimate truth is an object found by prime cognition that is a correct knower distinguishing an ultimate. Emptiness, element of a spirit's qualities, thoroughly established nature, ultimate truth, limit of reality, and thusness are asserted to be mutually inclusive. So the ultimate truth is something that is perceived or apprehended by the we can say ultimate consciousness, and the consciousness which is genuine, ultimate, or perfect. So whatever is observed or apprehended by the consciousness which is standard valid, that consciousness sees what is the valid nature of the phenomena. It's not like ordinary consciousness. So they sees that kind of consciousness sees only the real nature of the phenomena, not other kind of distracting or appearances, mistaken appearances that perceives to ordinary consciousness.
The kuzo dembada tanda dembe sengi jido tizu je jiga mare arzana tanda jeta mawagi ringi jaya de jeta maza sinza me ringi jaya de toso rang pare ta rang la uma be jaya ndugala toso tar ndugre di tanda de toso rapa de amagona jemata de telika hawa ya khabo chidwa tandina ngaranzu kanyi jujigi tema sungdwa tondam jujigi tema sungdwa ta phagina tini mare ngaranzu nangzul tam tumde ginde guzo demba nangzul tadu manduba phaba nimja isigi lo tondam ngor tumde ginde tondam de basingdwa i kebar chimbo chagdwa
심삼바도 수가 지금
선잠바도 우마바니
오마베 가르쳐
우마베 nangzul tadu tumde ginde guzo demba nangzul tadu madubaje ribi che yondigala pagi che ni che tharla ni pe nyamja pe ngol tumde gindela ni tonna da basungura.
So the meaning of the true truth, it's important to kind of have understanding or in your mind, because as we go up to mind only school, the middle way school, if you don't have a good understanding of this true truth, as we go up higher, the understanding gets more subtler. So this meaning of true truth is much kind of gross, more supposed to be more easy to understand than middle way schools. And here, they kind of mainly differentiate true truth based on the prime cognition or consciousness that sees the phenomena. So for the conventional truth, an object found by a prime cognition, that is a correct consciousness distinguishing a conventionality, and the ultimate truth, distinguishing an ultimate. So consciousness which has the ability to see the ultimate phenomena. To that consciousness, whatever thing sees, they sees only ultimate object or ultimate truth. But the meaning of the true truth in in the middle way school says that generally the existence of the phenomena as it appears to as it appears, that is the conventional truth. But the ultimate truth, to middle way school is the existence of the phenomena, which when you kind of examine, investigate, and finally, as the result of all investigation, when you see the true nature of the phenomena, that is the ultimate truth. Or another way of saying is the nature of the phenomena as perceived by the meditative equipoise of the path of seeing. So this will come later, more detailed though, so you can see kind of these differences. So just kind of mentioning a little bit about middle way school is should be helpful later when we go more detail into middle way school.
Oh yeah.
We'll take a break.